Trading group on April 21st, a big day for me. Short large caps, long small caps. That's what today was all about. That's how I made my money today. I caught a monster of a short on Shopify. Um, we had a big gap down today on the overall markets, guys. A lot of chaos in the oil markets and everything. The markets were a little overheated as well. This pullback was due. And we got a nice little pullback here on the SPY now for 2 consecutive days. Take you guys to the daily chart real quick on the SPY. See, we got this nice little pullback here on the SPY. But Shopify, man, Shopify has been a wild, wild play, and I have not touched it during this entire run. Um, which is actually kind of crazy that you know, I wasn't really long Shopify through any of this because the stock has made such a ridiculous move, guys. Look at this move from 350 to 650. I mean, that's just insane in a couple weeks. This stock had gotten completely parabolic. I mean, this is about as parabolic as the stock will get. You can see no consolidation in here whatsoever. Just go, 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 go. Um, and the stock was just basically a big short squeeze. And and I shorted this thing today, and we nailed this drop in Shopify, guys. It was a big win here for me today. I'm going to talk to you guys about this setup and this trade. I'm going to walk you guys through all my trades today, and then I also made money long VXRT and WATT. Okay, so long small caps, short large caps. That was what did it for me today. And I'm going to start you guys off with Shopify and an ascending triangle pattern that helped me identify the potential top for Shopify. And that's what we did today. We put in a potential top. Look at this volume that you had here on Shopify. That's the heaviest volume bar that you guys can see over the last several years. You see that 11 million share candle gets put in there on the daily chart. So that definitely could be signaling a top. And I went ahead in there, guys, and off of this ascending triangle pattern, which I will draw out for you here right now, I went ahead and I got short Shopify right there. Okay. Right in here. But first, let's talk about how this pattern was even developed in the first place. Because when you guys take a look at the low of the day, I want you guys to notice the low of the day here on Shopify, how we put in this little double bottom. That lines up dead even with the prior day's high, okay, which was also the prior all-time high. So there's your prior high on Shopify. So today's gap up, this actually looked bullish to start the morning. The first 15 minutes of the day, this looked really bullish that we were holding. A trade line came into play, starts holding the stock up, and creates for you this uptrend support line that forms this ascending triangle. Here's your flat top resistance across double top at 665. There's your flat top resistance. Here's your uptrend support line. And when we broke down below out of that trend line, that's the trigger on this pattern. I went ahead right in here and I got short, guys. I'll take you guys to my announcements on the day. Zoom in a little bit for you. Here you guys can see I'm short Shopify at 655.78. Okay, 655.78 right there on that drop, right out of that trend line is where I got short Shopify, guys. I don't know why this little square drawing tool is not cooperating. But on that drop out of there, guys, is where I got short, and then we start to look to roll this thing over. Let me zoom this in so you guys can see a little bit more clearly. Okay, so there was the short. Okay, and my first take profit target's the low of the day. Why the low of the day? Because you've got a double bottom support here. That's also the prior day's high. This is also, I have to be careful with this trade because this is also one of the strongest stocks in the entire market. Okay. Between this, Netflix, Amazon, I mean, you're talking about some of the strongest stocks in the market. So the fact that I'm going after and shorting this thing, thinking that we have a top here, I have to be smart, got to be prudent on this. Don't want to be stubborn, don't want to be greedy because we could have very easily just held that low and then rallied back to 665. So I came in here, guys, and I covered 25% of my position right there. Back to my alerts. You guys can see here, I took some profit, covered shop at 645. Okay. The next take profit now is going to be to fill today's gap. So we had the gap up today. So your next potential support is going to be right around 630. Okay. So you guys can see we ended up breaking the low of the day. We bounced back and then we got denied. Low of the day. Okay. That previous low now acts as resistance and then rolls the stock over. We go down and we fill the gap. We go right on the day, and that's where I covered the bulk of my position at $630.50. So again, I'm short from 655.78, covered the bulk at 630.50, and now I can hold on to 25% of this position comfortably, knowing I'm sitting on profit already. Okay, there's no way I can lose on this trade now. There's the entry, there's the first take, there's the second take, and then you guys can see this thing just absolutely fell out of bed. My final take profit was actually right there at 598. I'll take you guys back to my announcements. You can see here, final take profit covered Shopify at 598.19 for just a monster of a move, guys. I mean, you look at that entry to the final take profit, and I still left some on the table because it went all the way down to like 558, and then bounced back to 615. Now we're sitting here at 589. So I definitely left a lot of money on the table here, but I liked scaling out the way that I did because, again, this stock is a very strong stock. It's a momentum name. This was like a short squeeze move that this stock has had. So I did not want to get greedy with this. I want to make sure I scale myself out on the way down. Was still a very nice trade. Was a big win for me today, guys, with that extension move. And this was my big winner of the day. This is where I made the bulk of my money short Shopify. So short a large cap was where I made the bulk of my money today. And then I added to those gains long a couple small caps. We're going to start with VXRT. Okay, VXRT, a little bit of a TTD triangle here, a little sloppy of a TTD triangle, but nonetheless, guys, the pattern was there. I want to point it out to you. You guys can see here we broke through that initial morning high. We pull this in, and then notice the support at this 23.6 Fibonacci level. I mean, this is just fantastic support. This 23.6 Fib level held so strong, we never even got down to test VWAP. Let me zoom in so you guys can see more clearly. We never even got down to this orange line. The 23.6 Fib just held it, held it, held it, held it. And then I'm saying, okay, here comes a trade line VWAP crossover. We have a little bit of a downtrend resistance line that got put in place as we're making lower highs here. And I'm saying I like this setup here. I've got the trade line and VWAP underneath me. Okay, I have a trade line VWAP cross. So I went ahead and right inside here, guys, I got long VXRT. I'll take you guys back to my announcements. You can see I'm long VXRT at $3.15. So there I am long there. We get the trade line VWAP crossover. There it is. Okay, where the trade line crosses over VWAP. Again, the trade line is the 9 exponential moving average. And then you see us start to push, and then look at that right there. Bang. That trade line acts as support, pushes this thing higher. First take profits right in front of the high of the day. Back to the alerts. Took some off at 329. Just 5 minutes after my entry. Just 5 minutes after my entry, I took my first piece of profit off at 329. Then we extend higher, and the bulk of my position comes off right there at $3.43. Okay, you can see right here, took more profit, 343, still holding some. Now, why did I take the bulk of my position off here in front of this 345, 350 area? It's important for you guys to take the time to identify levels on the daily chart because that had a lot to do with both of my trades in small caps today. The levels that we identified on VXRT held very true. The levels we identified on WATT held very true. So let's go to the daily chart on VXRT. And why do I want to get flat the bulk of my position in front of that 345 area? Look what we have here, guys. There is a strong double top at 345 to 350. That is going to be a heavy area of resistance. And that's why I said I want to make sure I take the bulk of my position off in front of that level. There's that line that I drew. There's the double top. And that's exactly where we put in the high of the day. Okay, that's not a coincidence. It's not that when I take profits in front of these resistance levels and then the stock pulls in, it's not that I have some kind of secret magic ball, okay, or some, it's not that I knew that was going to happen. I'm sticking to my profit targets, and they're profit targets for a reason. They're profit targets because they are areas of resistance that I think the stock might have a hard time getting through. So I want to take profits off in front of those levels. That's why I'm taking the profits off where I do, and I'm just following my game plan. I'm sticking to my rules. I'm sticking to the game plan, and I'm acting when those profit targets are reached. Always remember this. It does not matter if your profit target is reached in 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours, or 5 days. You act when your profit target is reached, because before you entered the trade, that was an area of resistance or support if you're short that you thought the stock will have a hard time getting through. Otherwise, you would have never identified it as a profit target. So when the stock gets there, you need to act on your profit target, stick to your game plan. Okay. Then you guys can see after we pulled this in, just felt like the stock was running out of steam and I got flat right there. Okay. So I'll take you guys back. Sold out remaining VXRT at 311. Okay. So I lost a little bit of money on this last sellout, but then you can see these first two take profits well more than covers that and gives me a decent little addition to my already strong day because of Shopify. Then we go on to Watt, WATT. Okay. Another small cap. Again, the importance of talking about levels. We identified a support level at 250. Our pre-market game plan today was Watt long in front of 250. Look for 250 to be support. But why 250? There's your 200-day moving average, and also there's your previous pivot resistance point on January 2nd. That's where I came up with the 250 support level from. Go back intraday. That's exactly the low of the day. We only sat there for a couple seconds, guys, but I'm actually super impressed because a lot of members in chat actually got long in front of that 250 area, which was just incredible. But it happened very, very, very quickly. Shot up, halted, went all the way up to 375, and then you had your pullback. And I kind of lost interest in Watt during that pullback. I did not trade it during this morning push. Okay. And then I kind of lost interest, but then it got my interest back because the trade line starts to act as support. The trade line played a major factor in my trading today in these small caps. And once we popped our head back above VWAP, we had a little bit of an increase in volume, took us right over VWAP. And I'm saying, man, this is setting up for another trade line VWAP crossover that could push us through to the high of the day. So when we popped our head up over VWAP, I went ahead right in here and I got long WATT. Take you guys to my announcements. Long Watt at $3.28. Okay. And then you can see here comes the trade line. You get the crossover. There's your support. There's your support. There's your support. Bang. New high of the day. Okay. And again, as always, in front of the high of the day, my first take profit comes off the table. Okay. 25% of my position comes off the table in front of the high of the day. Took some at $3.60. Then we extend through to $4. And the bulk of my position comes off the table at $3.95. Now, why did my bulk of my position come off the table at $3.95? Well, let's draw a line across the high of the day. There's our line across the high of the day. Let's go back to the daily chart now and see where did I get that level from. As we pan this out, you guys can see clear as day a prior support level at $4 that held for the entire month of May, June, July. There's your support at $4. Then we broke below that in August. We bounced back in September and got rejected as resistance and we rolled over. So that's why, okay, that I said I want to get out of the bulk of my position in front of this level because this is an area of resistance that I think the stock is going to have a hard time getting through. So on the intraday chart, when we get there, bang, I'm taking profits off in front of that area. And then you can see we ended up shying away and pulling back off that area. And that resistance level ended up holding. I actually ended up getting flat Watt right there. Take you back. Sold out the last piece of Watt at $3.24. So again, very similar. First two take profits in front of resistance, just like in VXRT. Final take profit, final exit was for a tiny, tiny, tiny loss, but the 75% of my position coming off the table there. Again, pulling out some good P&L on these small cap trades, adding to the big day that I had thanks to Shopify. And that's what my day was all about today. It was about long small caps and short large caps. That's what played out for me today, guys. The SPY was overall very, very weak today. We ended up trading much lower in the morning. I think that we could see the SPY maybe pull back into this 260, 265 area. I'm looking for like these previous little pivot highs. I'm looking for us to get back down to this region. I think that's a nice little healthy pullback area for the market. We'll see what happens over the next couple of days, but that's what I think we're going to see throughout the next couple of days. I think you can see the markets get down towards that area as earnings are really starting to get underway, and we'll have to see what happens. But that was my day today, guys. That was what it was all about. TGE Tuesday, we had a blast today. I had a ton of members from the YouTube community joined me in chat today for free. I want to remind you guys, you have about a week and a half left to take advantage of the 30% discount for the TTG 1-year membership. It's an all-inclusive membership. You get access to everything for 30% off because of what's going on with the coronavirus. It's a little sale that we've been running to help people out because I know a lot of people are affected financially from what's going on with COVID. Um, so we wanted to help people out and give that 30% discount. But after April, the 30% is going away and we're going to go back to our full regular price. So if you guys are interested in getting the 1 year all inclusive, the 30% discount, you get all of my trading courses. It's the exact same material that I learned when I worked at a hedge fund, guys, simplified. Those are the courses you get access to as a member of TTG. So you get access to everything all inclusive, chat room, text message trade alerts, email swing trade alerts, the blog, analyst reports, stock profiles, all of the courses, as well as immediate access to all future courses. There's no upsells ever. You guys get instant access to new courses as they come out. I'm actually working on right now an advanced options course where I'm going to break down credit spreads, butterflies, iron condors, selling options for income, some more advanced option strategies. That's coming out next. And as a member, you immediately get access to all the new courses I come out with throughout the year. There's no upsells. So once you're a member, you join the family, you guys get access to everything that we have. Click on the link in the description below. Use the coupon code TTGBM2020. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of these helpful videos. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. Take care.